Legendary writer, of course, and atheist, Richard Dawkins, is going to go on Bill O'Reilly's program, and they're going to have a fun debate. Dawkins got a new book out. O'Reilly's going to challenge him. Let's go to clip 15.
Well, everything about the natural world can be explained by science, but where does it mock God?
It basically says that these things are myths. They're not really true.
Every chapter has myths at the beginning of the chapter.
Aha!
Some of them are Aztec myths, they're ancient Egyptian myths, Greek myths,
Judeo-Christian myths. Don't play
myths.
these semantic games with me. You know what you're doing. You're trying to get to the kids and say, hey, you're an idiot if you believe in God.
Oh, yeah. He got him. But wait a minute. If you're an atheist, you don't believe that the Bible is correct. You think that it is mythology. So what's the aha? Yeah, you have restated our position. But O'Reilly's making the claim that, you see, if you state that position, you are by definition calling everyone else an idiot. But no, you're saying I disagree. I don't think that that's right. For example, I happen to think, because I grew up not being agnostic, I grew up in a religion, that you get partially, or in some cases very much so, brainwashed into believing that what I think now, mythology, right? Now, that doesn't mean you're stupid. So was I stupid earlier and now I'm smart? No, it's just I learned this and then I learned something else. And when I learned science and evolution, et cetera, I realized that what I'd been taught before was not true. It didn't make me stupid back then, but O'Reilly is using a semantic trick there to say if you disagree with me, you're insulting me and all of the other believers by calling us stupid. Well, how would you like us to disagree with you? What are we supposed to do? Can we not say that we disagree with you and thereby, rise your anger to the aha moment, right? So what can I do? If you believe in the mythology and I don't, that's my position. So if you don't like it, I guess that's a sad day for you. The debate continues.
Throughout history, some of the worst regimes ever have been atheistic. You know that. Communists under Stalin, Mao Zedong.
Nothing to do with atheism.
No, really? No. See, my hypothesis is that religion is a constraint on society. Goodwill toward men, treating everybody as Jesus taught, the same as you, how you would like to be treated, the Ten Commandments, they're constraints against bad behavior.
Which of the Ten Commandments do you value?
All of them.
Thou shalt not make a graven image. Thou shalt not violate the Sabbath.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not bear
Thou shalt not
false
kill
witness.
is a widespread belief all over the world. It's
not by Pol Pot or Mao Zedong or Joseph Stalin. They all had one thing in common. They didn't believe in God.
Oh, God, what a fallacy. What an unbelievable fallacy. I found 3 guys in the world who were atheists who happen to do terrible things. Hence, atheists must all do terrible things. Come on, nobody in their right mind can believe that kind of logic. First of all, the Germans in World War I and World War II, the Nazis had belt buckles that said, God is with us. That's it. I rest my case. I win. The Nazis were Christians, then hence all Christians must be bad. Let alone the fact of all the different things like the Spanish Inquisition and the Crusades that actually were religiously inspired. That was directly because of religion, because a pope said, we got to go kill those guys that aren't Christian. But none of that counts. I've got 3 guys who are atheists who did bad things. I win the argument. Absurd. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, the other part of that is Richard Dawkins pointing out, you don't do half of the 10 Commandments. You love to say the 10 Commandments. Well, what do you do on the Sabbath, Bill O'Reilly, other than drink? Okay, and O'Reilly immediately gets beyond that. He's like, oh, yeah, I believe in thou shalt not kill. So does every other human being in the world, except apparently the murderers. And I'm sure you'll find 3 murderers who are atheists, while I've got 97 who are Christians. Well, you say, I got 3! They didn't believe in the 10 Commandments. All right, it continues.
There is a logical connection between believing in God and sometimes doing evil things.
Sometimes, absolutely. You see that in the Holy War, the Jihad.
Yes, indeed. But there's no logical connection between being atheist and doing evil things. It's just incidentally true that, say, Mao Zedong and Joseph Stalin happened to be atheists, but that wasn't what drove them. What drove them was a political ideology that had nothing to do with atheism.
But again, I come back to the constraining influence of religion, that it does discourage this kind of behavior, because we'll go back to the thou shalt not kill commandment.
Well, I love that his one example of religious people doing bad is the jihad. And that's definitely true. Conveniently leaving out the Crusades, et cetera, et cetera. But how's religion a restraining influence if it has also led to those wars? It doesn't seem like it's a restraining influence at all. In fact, it looks like it encourages the Muslim fundamentalists to go on jihad, the Christian fundamentalists to do their crusades or their inquisitions. And by the way, we just point to those two things. But for Christians, keep it real, and the Catholic Church, etc., for years killed anyone who didn't believe. I mean, they threatened to kill Galileo because he said the Earth it actually goes around the sun, not the other way around. They're like, how dare you come with truth? We will murder you. So it was a common practice that they did that because of their religion. They were not restrained by their religion. Now, are some people restrained by their religion to act morally? Absolutely. But that doesn't make the religion right. So one last one here.
Are you talking about the origin of life?
I'm talking about the origin of existence, of human existence and plant existence and animal existence.
How can it possibly help to postulate a divine intelligence to explain something complicated like that?
Here's how it can help. If you believe in the teachings of Jesus or Buddha or someone like that who wants people to be peaceful and to love each other, that is a good thing.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with the origin of the moon?
Because I don't believe a meteor crashed into the Earth and made everything happen. I think intelligent design made everything happen.
The tide goes in, the tide goes out. What part of this don't you understand? Have him explain it again.
Tide goes in, tide goes out. Never a miscommunication. You can't explain that. You can explain why the tide goes in.
Tide goes in, tide goes out.
See, the water, the tide comes in and it goes out, Mr. Silverman.